Hi, this is Rabbi Tzvi Mandel of Congregation Kal B'nai Yisrael, community of Jewish friends, and it's so special, the first Shabbos of the year, Shabbos Bereshais. So we'll give over some of the holy Archaim of this week's Parsha, and a Yid could always start from the beginning again. He does start always from the beginning again, every morning, every day, and so yes, you've guessed it. The Archaim HaKadosh has 21 interpretations of the words Bereshis Bara Elokim Es Hashemayim V'Haaretz. In the beginning, Hashem created heaven and earth. So we will mention a number of them. So one of them goes like this: Ki b'tchil Sabriya, when Hashem first created the world, Heichen Hashem v'asa pulasai Shabbos Shamayim V'Haaretz. Hashem made heaven and earth the exact same. And that was his first kavanah when he first made the world, that also the world, this world will be the Torah in the most pure, just like the other world. And that's why it says by Adam Arishan that Hashem created him from the Afam and Adama, from the earth of the ground, because he was like a Malach Hashem, and Hashem wanted to live between us, just like he lives in the heavens. Imhan Avram. And this will be this will be the Beis Hamikdash. This world and the other world, it's all one. So before the sin of Adam, Hashem was down here just like up there. Therefore it says, Es Hashemayim V'Haaretz, Hashem created heaven and earth, as it says in Yeshaya 66. The heaven is where my throne is, and the earth is where my feet are. Meaning, I live there just like I live here, as the Gemara says in Chagigah Yadalit. And but later on, because of sin and man, it changed. But when Hashem gave us the Torah, it returned to the way it was to begin with, and it's our job to keep it that way. Unbelievable, one pshat. Here goes another interpretation. I marked off a number of them. So, another one is like this. The Tikkun Isaiah says in its introduction to Tikkun Isaiah, Daf Zayin, he says like this: there's two kinds of Yerushalayim. How many times did we speak about this, right? We know Hashem loves us more than anything and everything in the world, and though He loves everything and anything that He created, but we're His special children, B'nai B'chayri Yisrael. And so the Jewish people and every individual Jew, no matter how far he thinks he is from Hashem, or as high as he thinks is to Hashem, that's not so great. But every single Yid has this special love from Hashem. And there's two kinds of Yerushalayim, fear of heaven. One is Yiras HaEinish, afraid of being punished, as we spoke about many times, meaning the being aware, as we learned in Chavis Avavas, of our problems, of our what we've done in our thoughts, speech, or action, not according to Hashem's will. And the second is Yiras HaRaim, fearing Hashem's heights, which is the real Yerushalayim, which is the Pnimius, the Archaim HaKadosh says, and it's Ma'ula, it's higher than the first one. But we need both. Now, so this is why it says Bereshis, with the bays. Two kinds of years, so that the world can exist, we have to have both of them. And it explains as follows: the word Elikim is fearing Hashem's judgment when He comes to judge us. The second one, as a Shamayim V'Haaretz, is Ki Eresh Shamecha, when you will look in the heavens and the earth. The Zohar says in Bereshis Aleph that Yiras HaRaim, fearing Hashem's exaltedness, doesn't mean fearing it, being aware of how exalted and how great Hashem is, and He created a heaven and earth, and any human being that looks outside and sees the beauty of the world and the earth and every little minuscule of the world, every little ant, every animal, every tree, every bird, and everything that there is in the world. And of course, this translates to the way Hashem runs our life, which we have hashgacha more than anything else in the world. Every little thing and every big thing that happens in our lives is directed by Hashem. It's not by us as a people and every individual Jew. So when we look at the heavens and the earth, my God L'Maseh Hashem, his slave HaNefesh, the neshama goes on fire, and he fears and is amazed by the greatness of Yisbarach Shemai of Hashem. Another interpretation would be Shemayim va'aretz. So Shemayim, heaven, refers to Yiras HaRaimus, the higher Yiras Shemayim, as we said, Kerach. Shemecha, I will look at the heavens, and the second Yira is the lower Yiras Shemayim of Einish, which is Yiras Einish, as we said. Now, another interpretation. There's a pasuk, there's a verse in Malachim 1:18 that says, Hashem hu Elokim. Hashem is the God. Rachman is din. Mercy is judgment. What does this mean? So the Halakha Chaim HaKadosh explains as follows. Even though that the Shem Elokim, the name Elokim, refers to judgment, still in all, it's Rachman. It's mercy, because all the names of Hashem, Shemoisav Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is only l'taiva, it's only for good. It's only the love of Hashem towards us. And they both together are doing chesed and good for us. Just that the person himself punishes himself, as we said many times. Maisacha miyasrecha. The person's actions is what brings the punishment upon himself. But Shem Elokim, the name of Elokim, is only good. As it says, because Hashem is good, and there's no greater Rachman than Hashem, and all it means is judgment. So when Rashi says in the beginning of Chumash that Hashem needed Rachman, mercy, to become a partner with judgment, it means to say that it means that Hashem wanted that the judgment should also paskin. Judgment just means to paskin, to decide what the halacha is, how Hashem should act with us. So Hashem wants that the judgment should also consent and paskin that it should be good for us. It should be Rachman. Very beautiful, very special. And there's another interpretation from the Ari HaKadosh. The Ari HaKadosh says that Beis Reishis, Hashem started the world with Beis, as Chazal teach us. And next week, Bli Neder, we'll start with the book on the Aleph Beis. It's very, very special, the depth, the true depth of the Aleph Beis, spiritual depth of the Aleph Beis. But anyway, so the Ari HaKadosh says that Bereshis, in this Sefer Bereshis, in these 5 books of Moshe, and the whole Torah, one may learn and one may speak about it, but there's a higher Torah, the Aleph of the Torah, which is the Tzaddikim in Gan Eden when they study Torah, and this cannot be spoken about. And the Hilkei Tzaddikim of our generation and all the generations since Moshe Rabbeinu, Spashtusa the Moshe B'chal Dara, these holy Tzaddikim know things and cannot say it. Whoever knows the future doesn't talk about it. Whoever talks about it is proof that he doesn't know it. Big Hilkei Tzaddikim said that, so that they live on a whole different realm, even in this world, but for sure in the other world, the Aleph of the Reishis, the unrevealed Torah, that's the higher Torah. And the Hilkei of Shlomo Radomska says something very beautiful. He says, Bereshis, won't go into that now. So, the Holy Baal Tanya, Reb Shnei Zalman of Lubavitch, the first Lubavitch Rebbe, one of the greatest students of the Maggid. So, when he was in jail, put in jail by the Misnagdim, and he was there for a long time and went through a lot of pain as a result of it, and it's a long story. So there was one officer who came to visit him in jail, and this man seemed like he had a little bit brains, and he had a shtickle neshama, and was interested and inquired a little bit. And he said, "I see you're a great rabbi and a great tzaddik, and not simple, like all the other murderers and people that we have here in the jails, and they put them in the worst jails. So I want to ask you, I learned a little bit of the Bible, don't tell anybody, and I want to know, what does it mean when God said to Adam, Ayeka, where are you? Does that mean Hashem didn't know where he is? How could that be? God knows everything and God is everywhere. So the Holy Kabbalah Tanya answered him, I see you're a man that thinks, and I'll answer you like an intelligent person. When Hashem asked Adam Arishan, Ayeka, where are you? Everything in the Torah is a lesson for us forever and ever and ever. Hashem asks every person, Ayeka, where are you? Where are you holding? What did you do with your life? And a person has to think to himself and make a cheshbon and a reckoning between him and Hashem. How many years have passed? What have I done? How many more years do I have to live? And Ayeka, where are you? Where are you? And the officer went back to his general or whatever it was and said, this man is a special person and a great person. And somehow that eventually led to the Baal Tanya's getting out of jail. So it's a new beginning. And as we learned in Chavis Avavis, that a person has to believe with Mun and Betachin in his tshuva, and that he's a different person now after Yom Kippur, after the beauty of Sukkot, of Avos Hashem, Avos HaTorah, Avos Yisrael, all the three loves. And we'll see you the next week. And we're going to start this beautiful book by Dr. Monk called The Wisdom in the Hebrew Alphabet, Olam Isis. We will also try to get the book that I have by a friend of mine in Crown Heights from the Lubavitch Rebbe, which speaks about the alphabet, and you will hear beautiful things. Have a great Shabbos. May Hashem help that we should already today hear beautiful things with the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu and the bringing of the Kabbalah and the Beis Hamikdash b'simchas olam.